I got some follow-up news from a story I did a couple of weeks ago in regards to
Sweet.
psilocybin, as federal health agency acknowledges psilocybin's therapeutic potential and touts forthcoming psychedelic research. To us by an Adlin over at Marijuana Moment. Newly posted page about psilocybin on the Federal Health Agency's website acknowledges the potential benefits and the psychedelic substance, and it might provide, including for treatment of alcohol use disorder, anxiety, and depression. Page also highlights psilocybin research being funded by the federal government into the drug's effects on pain, as I covered a couple of weeks ago, also migraine, psychiatric disorders, and various other conditions. Page, quote, psilocybin for mental health and addiction, what you need to know, was posted this month on the website of the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, also known as the NCCIH, which is part of the National Institutes of Health. It includes basic information about what psilocybin is, where it comes from, the legal status of the drug, and preliminary findings around safety and efficacy. Psilocybin remains a Schedule I controlled substance. The page notes it's been granted breakthrough therapy status by the Food and Drug Administration and has been either decriminalized or deprioritized in some states and the District of Columbia. I love the term deprioritized. In terms of potential benefits, the NCCIH page highlights three possible areas of application: alcohol use disorder, anxiety and existential distress, and depression. It highlights a 2022 study that suggested that psilocybin may be helpful for alcohol use disorder. That research found people who were in psilocybin-assisted therapy had fewer heavy drinking days over 32 weeks than a control group, which the NCCIH page says suggests that psilocybin may be helpful for alcohol use disorder. As for anxiety and existential stress, Page says a small amount of research has studied psilocybin as a treatment for distress in people with serious medical illnesses like advanced cancer. A growing body of research has suggested that psilocybin combined with psychotherapy may be helpful for depression in short and medium term, Page says, citing three separate studies. A 2023 review and meta-analysis found that psilocybin-assisted therapy, quote, reduced depression symptoms for up to 5 weeks. A separate study that year found a single dose of psilocybin combined with therapy rapidly reduced symptoms of depression within 8 days, with benefits lasting for 6 weeks. Other research from 2021 found that psilocybin-assisted therapy, quote, did not reduce symptoms better than a common antidepressant medication combined with psychotherapy. National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health page reminds readers to not use psilocybin to postpone seeing a healthcare provider about a medical and mental health problem, and encourages people to take charge of your health. Talk with your healthcare providers about any complementary health approaches you use. One promising application for psychedelics could be pain management. NCCIH notes on its psilocybin page that the agency is currently funding research to study the safety and efficacy of psychedelic-assisted therapy for chronic pain, which you can also find at High at 9 News. While other federally funded research is looking into the effect of psilocybin on people with chronic low back pain and depression in regard to their emotions and perceptions of pain. Other inquiries seek to better understand the chemistry of psilocybin and the possible risk of interactions with selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, commonly used to treat psychiatric disorders, migraine headaches, and certain types of pain. Separate research published this month on psilocybin found that it's unlikely that a single experience with the drug changes people's religious or metaphysical beliefs, but it may affect their perception of whether animals, plants, or other objects experience consciousness. Findings of another recent study suggest that use of full-spectrum psychedelic mushroom extract has a more powerful effect than chemically synthesized psilocybin alone, which could have implications for psychedelic-assisted therapy. Findings imply that the experience of the entheogenic mushrooms may involve a so-called entourage effect similar to what's observed with cannabis and its many components. A separate study recently published by the American Medical Association found that single-dose psilocybin was not associated with risk of paranoia, while other adverse effects, such as headaches, are generally tolerable and resolved in 48 hours. That study, published in JAMA Psychiatry, should I say, involved a meta-analysis of double-blind clinical trials where psilocybin was used to treat anxiety and depression from 1966 to last year. AMA published another recent study that similarly contradicted commonly held beliefs about the potential risks of psychedelic use, finding the substances may be associated with lower rates of psychotic symptoms among adolescents. Also, results of a clinical trial published by AMA in December suggest the efficacy and safety of psilocybin-assisted psychotherapy for treatment of bipolar II disorder, a mental health condition often associated with the debilitating and difficult-to-treat depressive episodes. The association also published research last August that found people with major depression experienced, quote, clinically significant sustained reduction in their symptoms after just one dose of psilocybin. I'm Todd Denkin with High at 9 News, and I say that whenever a federal health agency acknowledges the power and therapeutic potential of psilocybin, it's always a step in the right direction. What do you guys think about this federally funded psilocybin research?
Man, who's going to be the fun guy for this, Todd? I mean, they're...
we're all fungi, aren't we?
I mean, yes. So, Saman, do you have any thoughts on this? I know you're operating on a little bit of a delay, Saman. No? Okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Keep on going.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, usually I'm coming live from the Mushroom Kingdom, except today I'm back on Earth. I think it's great. I think that obviously we're seeing a huge shift just societally going toward natural products, adaptogens, entheogens in general. We don't know what the future holds. I wish I could say that I can predict the wackos in our government's mind that are, actually creating the structure and the pathways for us to, jump into either commerce or just as patients be able to get our hands on some of this natural medicine or natural product. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm like one of these people that when my expectations get too high and I get disappointed, it crushes me. So I don't want that to happen to anybody out there. I really believe that the major key here is that it's a movement in the right direction, and I just want to stay on the positive side of those things, because I do think that everybody can benefit from these adaptogens, entheogens, and just general natural products in society. So
it sounds like Saman is choosing to identify as a dreamer.
I was just going to say, I felt like there's nothing for me to say because he summarized it and at least spoke to my personal position better than I could have.
Look at that.
So I'm going to join the dreamers.
That's impressive, Yarrow.
Keep dreaming.
Yeah, he took the words out of your mouth, Yarrow.
He said it better than I could have.
Wow.
Took a step inside your head.
Wow, look at that. Look at that.
And my heart, because he talked about maintaining a positive attitude around being hopeful, but not getting our hopes too high.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to rain on your guys' parade because the government's going to screw all this up. All right, just get ready.
Yes, but if they screw it up in the right direction, it's a better type of screwed than we currently have.
No, they're not going to do that. It's not going to go that way. That's the dreamer part of you coming out in the conversation right there, Yarrow. They're going to fuck this up.
Oh yeah, they're going to fuck it up. They're going to
100%
hand it over to big pharma, who will in turn
pick
it up, royally, synthesize everything, and.
Well, I'm dreamer number 2. I'm mushy for mushrooms, and I think Saman really, really spoke to the silent majority in terms of our hopeful yet pragmatic approach to seeing these things unfold.
Look at that, Saman. You spoke for the silent majority, bro. Look at that.
He's such a do-gooder.
It's the man. Just don't ask him to roll a blunt.